I have just about everything I need to celebrate the holidays, but I'm cruising for one more must-have item. Admission tickets for Spring and Fall Carlisle 2023. Buy yours before January 3rd and save 20% off the full price. Purchase yours online at carlisleevents.com. And Merry Christmas from all of us at Spring and Fall Carlisle.
Welcome to V8-TV, being brought to you by the Flea Marketeers, Captain Lee's Auto Spray Strip, Hemmings Motor News, and Old Milwaukee Beer. V8-TV comes to you direct from the Fall Carlisle 89 Collector Car Flea Market and Corral at the Carlisle Fairgrounds. And now, your host for V8-TV, Matt Stewart.
You know, about 16 years ago, two car enthusiast friends, Chip and Bill Miller, thought it'd be a good idea to offer a flea market car sales type event to the folks who collect the cars of the 50s and 60s. Well, I'll tell you what, the Millers couldn't have been more right, and that's when they formed the Flea Marketeers about 1974. Since then, the Fall Carlisle Car Collector Flea Market and Corral here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, has been one of the largest events in the U.S. What you see behind me is over 82 acres of automotive excitement, 8,000 flea market and car corral spaces filled with every conceivable collector car and truck, plus the parts, accessories, and materials that a person needs to restore or create such a car. Memorabilia, literature, books, and models, plus the clothing are all available at Carlisle for the enthusiast. Now, if you come out and walk past every one of the 8,000-plus exhibit spaces, you'll have walked 14 miles. Fall Carlisle 89 continues through Sunday, so come on out and enjoy the show. Admission is only $4 for adults. Children under 12 are free. Discount admission coupons are available where you can buy Old Milwaukee beer. The show runs daily from dawn till dark, and you can park nearby in the lots that are run by local charities and civic groups. By the way, the food here is great. They've got everything from shoe fly pie to Italian sausage, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, pizza, roast beef, you name it, you're going to find it right here at Carlisle 89. By the way, to get here to Carlisle Fairgrounds, all you've got to do is take the Pennsylvania Turnpike to exit 16 or I-81 to exit 17, then take Route 11, the Harrisburg Pike, into Carlisle and follow the first old car that you see. Our V8-TV crew and I are going to show you some of the sights and sounds of Carlisle 89. We're going to take a look at a bunch of really great cars from the car corral sales area of the show. Then we're going to go on over to the flea market and take a look at Captain Lee strip off the paint off this beautiful Corvette. Then later we're going to talk to the folks at Hemmings Motor News who publish this monthly magazine. For all you car hobby people out there, it's about the size of a phone book. You won't believe it. At the end of the show, you're going to see a sampling of the cars that are going to be offered for sale at the grand finale collector car auction that's going to be held here at the Carlisle Fairgrounds next Sunday, October 8th. But before we get started, we'll take a short break for these messages.
The Flea Marketeers and Old Milwaukee Beer present Fall Carlisle 89 Collector Car Flea Market and Corral, September 28th through October the 1st at the Carlisle Fairgrounds. Over 1,500 antique, classic, and special interest cars for sale, many from southern and western dry climates. If you already have that special car, you can shop 8,000 exhibit spaces full of parts, accessories, and memorabilia. Discount admission coupons available where you find Old Milwaukee Beer. Come to the Carlisle Fairgrounds this weekend for Fall Carlisle 89.
I have just about everything I need to celebrate the holidays, but I'm cruising for one more must-have item. Admission tickets for Spring and Fall Carlisle 2023. Buy yours before January 3rd and save 20% off the full price. Purchase yours online at carlisleevents.com. And Merry Christmas from all of us at Spring and Fall Carlisle.
We're going to take a look at a very small sample of over 1,500 cars found here in the car corral section of the car show. I was just over in the car corral, and let me tell you, there's everything from Mustangs to Model Ts, Cadillacs to Corvettes, and a lot of these cars come from the western and southern climates, so you're not going to find any rust at all. Prices range from $500 to, well, six figures, and that means from basket case to show cars. If you want a car, you're going to find it here at Carlisle. The very first car that we have here is a 1958 Ford Fairlane 500 Sunliner convertible from Ummert's Auto Sales in nearby Chambersburg. This turquoise and white beauty features a 332 cubic inch Interceptor V8. It's an automatic, 4-barrel carb and dual exhaust. Now you can see and buy this car at the Carlisle Car Corral here at Fall Carlisle 89. Now, our next car is this 1972 Chevelle SS454. It's a two-door hardtop with Cal induction, and it's a 4-speed transmission, factory air conditioning. Now, the neat thing is this car has just had a complete going over, including new paint, show chrome, and a complete detailing. This car is being exhibited by K Street Garage right here in Carlisle. K Street Garage specializes in working special cars like this rare Chevelle. Now next we have a 1974 Plymouth Duster with a 318 V8. It's an automatic, power steering, brakes, and obviously a very rare sunroof. It has brand new paint and factory rally wheels. Now, one of the most spectacular muscle cars of the show is this 1970 Chevelle SS396 two-door hardtop from Ken Heckert Auto Sales in Glenville, Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, this red Chevy has traveled only 9,700 actual miles since new. The car is an automatic and it has factory air so you can stay cool while you cruise. Now, wait till you see this next car. You're not going to believe it. This next car is an original, an all-original now, a 1960 Pontiac Bonneville Sport Coupe. And this car was driven only 25,000 miles by, you guessed it, a little old lady that bought it in June of 1960. Now, it has all the factory options, including power steering, power brakes, power seats, tinted glass, automatic remote mirror, and dual exhaust of this 389 V8. Well, as you know, not every car starts out as nice as this Bonneville. A lot of times a car will need a little body work, especially a new paint job. And the only way to get a professional paint job is to take it all the way down to the bare metal. Let's step on over to the flea market and check in with Captain Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, with me right now is Bob Lickney, one of the people who worked very, very hard on putting this Carlisle show together. And Bob, I understand there's a demonstration here that you'd like me to take a look at.
I sure do. This is an exciting display here. Captain Lee from Captain Lee's Auto Spray Strip is going to give us a demonstration and strip the paint right off of this Corvette.
You sure you want to do that to this car?
It sure is. Captain Lee,
Looks pretty nice paint, though.
Matt Stewart, our host. And why don't you guys have at it?
Matt, the reason we're taking the paint off this car, if you look at it real close, it's got a lot of check marks in it and it's starting to let go. But the fact of the matter is, several people have been by today and they just want to know if we've lost our minds on it. Really.
I think you really kind of lost a little.
What's neat about this thing is that we're introducing a new method of stripping cars. It's a technique, it's a procedure, makes it a whole lot easier on people. And it sprays on. I don't know if you've ever used the brush-on types, but if you brush it in one direction, it doesn't work too bad. But if you go back across it, you break the seal, you lose the concept, you lose the chemical, and it evaporates and dries out. But the little bit I put on there isn't going to do very much for you because this has an awful lot of paint on it, the way I understand. Maybe you want to try it. Want to spray it yourself. As long as you spray it good and wet like that, that gives it enough liquid to go through 4 or 5 coats of paint. We don't care if it's lacquer. We don't care if it's enamel. You got to bring your car over. I understand you just got a nice new car, and we can fix it up for you, you know.
I understand also that this is non-flammable, which is something that's pretty interesting.
Non-flammable, has very low odor. It won't knock your head off when you're using it. We tell you to work in the garage with the door open. That's all you need for adequate ventilation. You notice that doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot. That's because that's lacquer. And lacquers just run down just that quick. See how the red's coming up? Mm-hmm. And this has like 20, 30 coats of lacquer on it, so it's going to take just a little bit to get through it. We just let it sit there. We let it work. By the time you spray this whole panel, door, fender, or hood, one panel at a time, you always work in the garage. If you're outside, the wind, the sun, it gets on you. If you've noticed that there's too much lacquer, now see we're starting to break through the first primer. See it? That black color that you see down there?
And that is the primer right there.
That is the primer, yeah. But what we do is we ensure that when we're going to do this, we want to get it right the first time. We'll actually come back over and spray it a second time. By spraying it twice like that, we're giving it adequate liquid. Just think of a blotter. Think of a blotter. Spray it, it soaks in. Spray it again, it soaks in, but not so fast. You spray it in the third time, it stays wet. That's what we're doing. We're overpowering the paint. Once the paint gets loose, and once it's ready to go down, it's just a matter of pushing off the loose and finish. In this particular case, we're coming down to the factory primer on GM. You were working on Ford or Chrysler. That'd go down to bare metal or bare glass. In either case, you've got to neutralize. So you would take all the paint off this piece, put it away into a box, come back and respray your primers. Take Scotch-Brite, damp them with water. This is Tennessee water. I don't know if you're familiar with Tennessee water, but it's a lot cleaner, a lot healthier for you. But I was trying the Pennsylvania water earlier, and it works great. So I guess we'll be all right. Wash it. When you wash it down like this, that neutralizes the surface, and at that point, we're coming down to what we call the fiberglass on this particular piece. Now, we did this in what? A matter of a minute, 2 minutes? We actually tell you to wait 10 or 15 minutes. Okay? You have any questions about it? We're happy to answer them for you.
I just noticed that you can actually see some of the buff marks and everything they used, the sanding they got down. You went right through the primer and everything, and now you even have, I can see it starting to work down into this, the lacquer down in here also.
Right. Well, the nice thing about this is that if people get sloppy, they're not going to hurt their window glass, their chrome, they won't hurt the rubber around their windows. The only thing we really hurt is the urethane bumpers. You got to be careful about anything that's plastic, okay? But we've been here at the Carlisle shows for a little over 5 years. We're enjoying a good reputation. And basically our mode of operation is that we teach, we educate, and we show people there's an easier way to strip a surface.
And this is something that you designed. This is your own
product. Yeah, we own the patent to the original product. Several people have tried to copy us, but truthfully, they're just not astute enough to keep it going. You have to understand what we're doing here. Carlisle's been very, very good to us. The people in this town and the people in this area have supported us when we've come back. And in fact, we dragged our trailer in here with a whole lot of product on it and got a little careless on the weight factor and lost an axle. So
you have that good of a response with it.
Yeah, we need all those people out there watching this program to come on in and buy lots of strippers so we can replace the axle.
That was really astonishing to see this beautiful car stripped, and then after understanding that this is only the first step to a quality paint job and how easy it was. Now, for you at home who cannot get out here to the Fall Carlisle 89 this weekend, you can contact Captain Lee's Auto Spray Strip at the address that you see here on your screen, or you can call toll-free, the toll-free 800 number for ordering information. That's Captain Lee's Auto Spray Strip, Post Office Box 203, Hermitage, Tennessee 37076. And the toll-free phone number is 1-800-421-9498. And you can come to Carlisle Fall 89 and negotiate your deal with each car owner. And provided that you brought the money, you can drive the car of your dreams home. Now, they have title clerks to handle your deal right here in the car corral. Our next car being offered is from Hyannis, Massachusetts. It's a beautiful 1950 Ford convertible. This has a flathead V8 motor, dual exhaust, and has undergone a complete restoration. Now, check out the great color combination of the maroon exterior and the matching interior. Next in our lineup of cars offered for sale at Fall Carlisle 89 this weekend is a 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Pace car convertible with only 26,000 original miles. Now, this has a 350 V8 turbo hydromatic and all the options that go with the Indy Pace car package. Everyone has heard of the fabled Pontiac GTO. Well, this next car is the much rarer little brother of the GTO, the 1972 Pontiac GT37. This car has most of the same features as the GTO, but with a 350 cubic inch V8. This white example has a 4-speed transmission, power steering, brakes, and an AM/FM radio. Morrison Auto Sales brought us this car up from Concord, North Carolina. Another North Carolina car is this mildly customized 57 Chevy Bel Air 2-door hardtop. This bright red classic Chevy has been modified with a 350 V8 4-speed. It has chrome wire wheels. Now, this is one of the cars that looks like it was driven right off the set of the American Graffiti movie. No, our next car is not the Batmobile, but with a paint job. It is a 1957 Lincoln Premier 2-door hardtop with all the options. Check out these fins and the Continental Kit spare tire carrier. Bob Lichty is back in the flea market at Hemmings Motor News booth, and we're going to meet all the folks who produced this great publication.
Thanks, Matt. We're over in the flea market at the Hemmings Motor News booth. Hemmings Motor News is a really unique publication, and besides the publication being unique, the folks that run it are unique. They're real hands-on people, that have some really interesting vehicles. With me today is Jim Sheridan from their operation, who's going to tell us a little bit about their popcorn truck and their race truck. Come on over, Jim.
How you doing?
Hi. Jim, you've got your popcorn wagon here, and it seems like an awfully unusual thing for a publishing company to be in the popcorn business. Could you tell us a little bit about the truck and also why you're selling popcorn here?
Well, it's a 29 Model A Ford, and it's, as you can see, a popcorn truck, and we really use it as sort of a promotional vehicle, for traction for our product, the magazine, and it makes good popcorn. We have a lot of fun with it, and we take it all over the country, and it's great. And,
it's really interesting. Now, is this a reproduction of a specific popcorn truck on an authentic Model A chassis?
Right. So 29 Model A, the body was reproduced some years ago. We found the whole thing working down in New Orleans about 10 years ago. And we've been through it a couple times. We've converted it to propane and electric and made it safe. And we can hire kids to work in there. And it's a lot of fun.
So it's really just like you found at a county fair in 1929.
Yep. We play old merry-go-round music with it and have a good time with it.
That's great. Well, now over here behind the popcorn truck in your booth, I see you have a even more unusual Dodge race truck. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's a 36 sedan delivery Dodge, and we use that in the Great American Race. We've gone across country with that about a half a dozen times. This year we came in 8th in it, which was great, and I think we're going on again next year.
That's great. Yeah, for the folks at home who don't know what the Great American Race is, it's a race of pre-war cars that goes clear across the United States. It's really an interesting event, and Hemmings have been involved from the start, and they get more competitive with their little truck every year.
This year I think it's going to start in Japan.
In Japan?
It's supposed to start in Japan. Since somehow the cars are going to fly to New York and then race from New York to Los Angeles, something like that. It's sort of up in the air right now.
Quite a trick getting across the ocean with
I don't know.
In a car race.
But it's a great vehicle, and we use it. And the girls drove it down here from the office yesterday.
That's great. Well, they're from Bennington, Vermont, and they've been down here to the Carlisle show many times with a whole fleet of antique trucks. They have a 36 Chevy and a Ford, and I guess they're even restoring a couple of more back home.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them, all 3 of them.
That's great. Well, we're going to take a walk over to the table here where we have some of the Hemmings women have the products for sale. I'm going to take a look at those in just a second. I'm over here with Mary McGinnis from Hemmings Motor News, who's going to tell us a little bit more about Hemmings and what makes it so different. Tell me, just what makes Hemmings so much different than all the other old car magazines?
Hi, Bob. Well, first thing is its size. Hemmings is the world's largest marketplace for old cars and parts, with 700 to 800 pages of listings each month. And more people read Hemmings than any other old car magazine. Over 500,000 collectors and restorers.
Yeah, Hemmings really is a huge book. It resembles a New York City phone book more than a magazine. How did Hemmings get so big?
Well, ever since Ernie Hemmings started in 1954, we've been trying hard to provide the best possible service to the old car hobby. We keep our subscription and ad rates low to make it easy and affordable for hobbyists to buy and sell to each other. Hemmings and the hobby sort of grew together. In fact, that's why Hemmings is called the Bible of the old car hobby.
Well, now, can I or the people here that come to the show look through a typical Hemmings and expect to find their favorite car?
You've got a better chance here than in any other magazine. Every month, thousands of new listings appear in Hemmings. It's the marketplace old car advertisers are most likely to use, not only for cars, but for hard-to-find parts and services. Every issue has over more than 50,000 cars and parts.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, really. Paging through a Hemmings is just about like walking through the Carlisle flea market. Everything that's here is there, and you can take it home and do it in your easy chair instead of wearing out your feet. Now, how does a person use his Hemmings?
Well, you're right about that, but an easier way is to just subscribe and read each copy as soon as it arrives. Cars and parts are listed alphabetically. When a good deal appears, call the advertiser right away. Then it's up to you to decide if you found the right car or part. I can tell you, though, there's a lot of fun in looking, and it's quite a thrill when you finally buy that old car you've always wanted.
It really does work like being here at the flea market. It's just a lot of shopping. That's great. Well, for the folks at home who don't know a lot about car collecting, where can they really find out more?
Get a pencil and paper, and I'll tell you how. Hemmings has just published this booklet, How to Get Started in the Old Car Hobby. When you come to our tent at the Carlisle Fairgrounds, just mention this program and we'll give you a free copy. If you can't get here, or you have friends who want this booklet, Write to Hemmings Motor News, Box 100, Bennington, Vermont, 05201, and ask for your free booklet.
That's right. You folks at home, we have the Hemmings address on the screen right now. It's Hemmings Motor News, Box 100, Bennington, Vermont, 05201, and ask for your free booklet, How to Get Started in the Old Car Hobby.
We'd love to hear from you, and for all of you who love old cars.
Well, thanks a lot, Mary, and it's been a thrill taking a look through the Hemmings books. And I'd also like to remind the folks of another product that Hemmings has, Special Interest Autos. It's a 4-color magazine with lots of really interesting articles by many authoritative authors. And you'll find the cars from the 30s clear up through the 50s in SIA, and it's really a great magazine as well.
Hey, we're here at the stage at Fall Carlisle 89, where there's a display of great-looking cars to be offered at the Grand Finale Collector Car Auction here at the Carlisle Fairgrounds next Sunday, October 8th, by the Flea Marketeers and Cruise International of Auburn, Indiana. Our first auction car is this 1957 Chevrolet 210 two-door hardtop. The 210 hardtop is much rarer than the Bel Air model, and this bright red example has only 30,000 miles, and it has the original paint and interior. You just won't find a better original 57 Chevy. Next up is an interesting little car with a lot of room inside. This is a 1965 Austin Mini Cooper. These cars were intended to be the economy sedan of Great Britain, but the cars caught on with a sports car crowd, and they fitted in with high-performance Cooper & Cooper S engines, and they became very fast and competitive sports racers. This example with the Cooper engine was brought to central Pennsylvania from a rust-free Arizona climate with only 13,000 original miles. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, just might be my favorite car of the whole display. This is a beautiful 1957 Ford Thunderbird. Look at this beauty. Complete with a detachable porthole hardtop and chrome wire wheels, these babies come with a 312 cubic inch V8 automatic. I think I just might have to come back next week for the Grand Finale auction and bid on this one. During the Summer Carlisle 89 Collector Car Flea Market, the Flea Marketeers gave away the 1970 Plymouth Superbird. The winners have consigned the car to be auctioned off at the Grand Finale. This is one of the rarest and fastest muscle cars designed for the NASCAR stock car racing. The giant fins, nose cone, and the 446-pack engine assure this winged warrior to be the really lethal weapon. Insiders expect this car to sell for over $35,000 at the auction held here next weekend, October 8th. Most people think of the Volvo as a conservative, yuppie, grocery-getter kind of car. But Volvo did produce the 1800 sports car, and this 1800 ES sports wagon was built only 2 years running, and this being a 1973 model. This flawless example has only 7,100 original miles since new. It has a 4-cylinder, 4-speed with overdrive, and has a beautiful light blue leather interior. We're going to take a short break for these messages, and we'll be right back.
The Flea Marketeers and Old Milwaukee Beer present Fall Carlisle 89 Collector Car Flea Market and Corral, September 28th through October the 1st at the Carlisle Fairgrounds. Over 1,500 antique, classic, and special interest cars for sale, many from southern and western dry climates. If you already have that special car, you can shop 8,000 exhibit spaces full of parts, accessories, and memorabilia. Discount admission coupons available where you find Old Milwaukee Beer. Come to the Carlisle Fairgrounds this weekend for Fall Carlisle 89.
I have just about everything I need to celebrate the holidays, but I'm cruising for one more must-have item. A 2023 season pass for all the Carlisle car shows. It's the perfect gift. Buy yours before January 3rd and save 20% off the full price. Purchase yours online at CarlisleEvents.com. And Merry Christmas from all of us at Carlisle Events.
Well, that about wraps it up for V8-TV and our visit to the Fall Carlisle 89 Collector Car Flea Market and Corral going on through Sunday. Now, you can still come on out and find that special car that you dreamed of owning or just do some reminiscing. If you're looking for any of the restoration parts or anything like that, you can also find that out here, too. Don't forget about the great food and fun right here at Carlisle 89. This is Matt Stewart. See you next time.
I have just about everything I need to celebrate the holidays, but I'm cruising for one more must-have item, a gift card from Carlisle Events. Spend your gift card just about anywhere on the fairgrounds next summer on things like food, merchandise, and more. Purchase one online at carlisleevents.com, and Merry Christmas from all of us at Carlisle Events.